how old is this villa?
Uh,
And how it was found?
well, originally it was discovered on the 18th, on the 18th of July, 1811. A local farmer by the name of George Tupper was out ploughing. He strikes a large stone. On moving some of the soil away, he starts to uncover some of this, what appears to be a hexagonal stone in the middle of his field. On closer examination and on moving some more of the soil away, he starts to uncover some twisted mosaic pattern. Up until this point, there was no knowledge, no idea that the Romans had been here. This villa had disappeared long before then. Luckily for George, though, there was a gentleman who lived very close by called John Hawkins. He at the time was a member of Parliament and a very well-travelled gentleman, as most Georgians were in those days. And he had a particular interest in Roman history. And so naturally he was surrounded by lots of very intellectual people, one of which was a gentleman named Samuel Lysons. Lysons helped lead the first excavations here at Bignor. So this happened later in the same year, in 1811. The cover buildings that we have are actually of historical interest in their own right. They were built by George Tupper and his farmhands solely to protect our mosaics, or what we have left of them. And just to make the job a little bit quicker, they did actually use the Roman foundations that were left behind, which is why we look the way we do today. We are lucky, though, because we are actually still owned by the Tupper family to date, so it has remained very much part of the family.
Who actually lived here?
Who lived here? We don't really know. All we know is they enjoyed a great deal of prosperity through farming. One suggestion is that maybe the family were Romano-British, so local people who enjoyed the Roman lifestyle. But apart from that, we can't be too sure exactly who they were.
Yeah, and why would they build such a great, grandiose villa around in this area where is absolutely nothing?
Well, I suppose surrounding the villa, still very much today, it's still prime farmland. And so this would have probably been the main attraction for our Roman family in the first place. And starting off quite small, they built up their business and indeed the villa. It grew quite gradually. So the first building actually appears, well, the first substantial Roman building appears in about 190 AD. And from then we see the next major sort of extension take place in about 250. Until finally, by about 350, we have a very grand courtyard villa.
Are there any such kind of villas around UK as well? Have they been found?
There are plenty of villas. The closest to us here in size is quite possibly Fishbourne, which is down the other side of Chichester. So we're not that far, about half an hour in the car to get there. In our immediate area, there have been traces of villas found, but nothing on the same scale as our one here. But you never know what the future may hold. They might suddenly find something just as grand.
Yeah. You never know what lies beneath the soil.
You never know. No, and there are still little miracles being dug up today.